Hello, it's nice to be with you. You know, English grammar is wonderful. It is beautiful. I love it. If you want to master it, you have to pay attention to simple things, basic things. Once you master this and you apply that to more complex situations, everything is going to be all right for you. That is why today we're going to review some basic things, and you will see now and in the future that they will be the base for everything you will learn later on. So let us start our review. What is a word? Remember, we have already studied this. What is a word? It is a group of, yes, it is a group of letters. It is a combination of letters, okay? You have a door, for example, you have cat and love. C-A-T, together, okay? They represent an animal. What is a word? A combination of letters. Another question, what is a phrase? It is a combination of what? A group of what? Yes, it is a combination of words. For example, under the table, from the airport. Something that you should remember about phrases is that many times they are a combination of a preposition and a noun or pronoun. This pronoun is called the object of the preposition. Under the table, from the airport, in the morning, and so on. And now, what is a clause? Okay, word, combination of letters. Phrase, combination of words. What is a clause? Yes, it is a combination of words, but you have two more things, subject and verb, okay? But this combination of words with the subject and verb lacks something. What is it? Complete meaning. Look at the examples that we have here. When I get to work, you have a subject and verb. But do you understand what I mean? When I get to work, what? You don't get it, okay? Because the meaning is incomplete. Before I go to bed, what happens? What do I do before I go to bed? What? Where I live. Yes, you have here a combination of words with the subject and verb, but you don't have complete meaning. What is that? That is a clause. Let us continue with our review. What is an adjective? What is an adjective? Let me remember. It is a modifier. Yes, it modifies what? It modifies nouns or pronouns. Okay? Fast, that, and three. Okay, they are examples of adjectives. They modify or identify nouns or pronouns. There is something else about adjectives, and this is, what are the questions that adjectives answer? If you remember, adjectives answer three questions, and they are what kind, which one, and how many. What kind of car is that? That is a fast car, okay? Who is your sister? That is my sister, okay? That woman is my sister. In this case, that is an adjective telling you which one. I have three brothers. How many? Three. What is three? Three is an adjective answering the question, how many? Okay? Now, another question. Let us continue with our review. What is the common position of an adjective? Common position of an adjective? Yes, it is generally. Before the noun or pronoun it modifies. For example, a green card, an incredible movie, You have the noun, and before the noun, you have the adjective incredible. You have the noun card, and before this noun, you have the adjective green. Okay. Adjectives differ from adjective clauses in some ways. One of them is that adjective clauses generally go after the noun or pronoun they modify. Look at this example, the house. The house. Okay, what about it? The house I was talking to you about. What is this I was talking to you about? That is an adjective clause after a noun identifying it. Okay? So, adjective clauses generally go after the noun or pronoun that they modify. That is also something that you have to remember. Let us continue with our review. I have another question for you. Remember those words that introduce an adjective clause? What is the name of those words? Remember them? Words like who, when, which, that, and so on. What is the name? Okay, they are called relative pronouns. Examples, you already know them: that, which, who, whom, where, and when. Something else. This is something that I mentioned in a previous video. What is a complex sentence? It is a combination of two clauses, dependent and independent. What is a dependent clause? What is an independent clause? Let us see this right now. An independent clause has complete meaning to a certain extent. For example, you have the sentence, she's the woman. In an isolated environment, you may not understand, but if we have been talking about her and then all of a sudden we see her, then I may say, she is the woman. You may understand, okay? So it has complete meaning, but to a certain extent. Like when I say that is the house, you may ask some questions about it, okay? But anyway, it is a sentence and it has a complete meaning to a certain extent. But a dependent clause doesn't have a complete meaning. For example, who works for the university? You have the subject, you have the verb, but that doesn't make sense. Where I live. Now, I don't get it. What about it? Okay, so you have a subject and verb, but you don't have complete meaning. This is a dependent clause. Okay. Now, a complex sentence is the combination of independent clause and dependent clause. When you put them together, you have a full meaning. Listen to this. When you combine an independent clause with a dependent clause, you have a complex sentence and you have complete meaning. Look at this sentence. She is the woman. She's the woman who works for the university. Now you see, you have complete meaning. What do you have here? You have a combination of independent clause and dependent clause. Okay, she's the woman, independent, who works for the university, dependent clause. Together, you have a full complex sentence with complete meaning. Look at the other example. That is the house. You didn't understand at the beginning. And where I live, no, it didn't make sense at all. But look at them together. That is the house where I live. Okay? You have full meaning. Now, what do we have here? We have a complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? It is a combination of a dependent clause and an independent clause. And of course, you may start the sentence with the dependent clause, or you may start the sentence with an independent clause or dependent clause, depending on the case, okay? Remember that you can start a sentence with a noun clause, but you cannot start a sentence with an adjective clause. Now, let us continue. we're getting to the point now. Let us look at two sentences and let us combine them using an adjective clause. That is the place. I work there. When you combine the two sentences, you try to avoid repetition. Okay, you have a place here, and this there refers to this place. So what do? You omit it. Okay, and then you have that is the place I work. But you need something in between. What is that? The relative pronoun. Since I am talking about a place, I use where. Okay, I cannot use who, because you know that who is for people. So I say the sentence, I have the sentence, that is the place where I work. You avoid the repetition of place and there. You have only place, and then you have in between the relative pronoun introducing the clause, and you have a complex sentence. That is the place where I work. Okay? Now, look at the following sentences and see the possible combinations. That is the man, I saw the man, I talked to the man. Okay, you have three simple sentences, three basic sentences. But I want to show that I know more English. I can use more complex sentences, not only basic, okay? Now, what combinations can I have here? Now that I remember, that is the man, I saw the man, I would need to omit the man, so I avoid repetition when I combine them, okay? And the same thing here. Anyway, let us see some examples. That is the man that I saw. You see? You omitted the man, the one that you have here. And then you have the combination, that is the man that I saw. But here with the other one, I have a little problem. What if I omit to the man? And then I have, that is the man I talked. No, that doesn't sound good. It is wrong. You see the asterisk here? It means it is wrong. Now, let us see the other example, the other way. That is the man I talked to. Yes, it sounds good. Now, let us see the other one. That is the man whom I talked to. Yes, it is all right. That is the man to whom I talked. And it is correct too. You see, it is possible to have three different combinations. What is different this from this? That you have a preposition here, okay? What do we do when we have a preposition? And that is the point of this lesson. I hope that this review that we have had today is helpful to you. Remember that grammar is made of little things, simple things, okay? But we need to review them from time to time. Once you master the simple things, then it would be easier for you to master more complex things. We have studied enough for today. Let us stop the video now, and then we will continue in the next one.